Welcome back to Soda City Living. Today I am joined with criminal defense attorney, Mr. Derek Shoemake. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, so you've been with the Connell law firm for a while now. Can you tell me a little bit about your background?
Sure. So I've been with the firm now for about 3 years.
Awesome.
Before that, I served as a federal prosecutor. I did that for about 5 years. So I prosecuted federal cases ranging from guns and drugs to child exploitation and white collar crimes.
Wow, okay. That's important stuff that you're doing.
Yeah, it was. It was a great job.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. We got to work some pretty high profile cases, some death penalty stuff. If you've seen the Tiger King documentary,
Yes.
there was a character in that, Doc Antle, and I was the lead prosecutor for his case initially.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah.
Wow, that's fascinating.
It was a very, very interesting job. I love doing it, but the ability to come home back to Kershaw County and work for the people in Kershaw County, it was too good to pass up.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, we're glad you're here. Let's kind of take it back a little bit. I'm thinking about like high school civics class.
Sure.
What does the Constitution say about a person's rights when they've been charged with a crime?
So constitutionally, at the state and federal level, you have a right to an attorney. And one of the things I tell people is just because the police officers are talking to you doesn't mean you've done anything wrong.
Right.
A lot of people feel like if a police officer talks to them that it makes them look bad if they get an attorney. The reality is if a police officer or a federal agent wants to talk to you about something, it's not a bad idea to have a lawyer. Oftentimes, even if you've done nothing wrong, I can come in and help you navigate the questions so you understand what they're looking for. A lot of people don't know, because they've never been in the situation, how to even talk to a federal agent or a law enforcement officer. What are they looking for? So a lot of times I get hired in cases where my only job is just to take a person who's done nothing wrong and just help them navigate a very complicated system.
Wow. What if, here in South Carolina, if someone has been charged with a crime, what are those first steps?
So for them, the first step should be to contact a lawyer.
Okay.
I mean, out of the gate. Now, it may be that you are getting arrested and you may have to wait till you get that one phone call, or it may be that you get a letter in the mail that says you're subject to a federal or state investigation. But no matter what, your very first step should absolutely be to call an attorney.
And asking for an attorney, that's not a bad thing. That's a common misconception, right? I feel like we see it on TV shows all the time, Asking for a lawyer does not mean you're guilty. It does not make you look bad, right?
That's absolutely correct. I mean, you ask for a lawyer because you want to protect your rights. I will tell you, if you talk to any law enforcement officer and you ask them, hey, if your family member gets in trouble, what do you tell them? Ask for a lawyer. I served as a federal prosecutor for 5 years, and I told all my friends and family, if the police come knocking, ask for a lawyer. It makes things easier for everybody.
Right. Okay, good to know. What would you say, in your experience, you see the biggest mistake people make after being arrested? What is the big no-no not to do?
Yeah, is to talk to someone without getting advice.
Okay.
Sometimes you may have done nothing wrong, but you feel so bad or so guilty. My mom's a perfect example. My mom would confess to a crime she never committed just to get out of a room. She gets terrified.
Yep.
I can't remember the number of times I've been with her if she gets pulled over and just breaks into tears. So a lot of times people get nervous in those rooms and they start talking and they may say something that sounds good to them, but when you play it back on a video recording or an audio recording, all of a sudden it sounds like some grand confession that was never intended.
Right.
So the biggest mistake people make is talking without getting proper legal advice.
Okay, so it's plain and simple. Call an attorney.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
It's simple. Very few people do it. The number of cases I get and this is the hardest cases to me, are when someone comes to me and they've already made a statement. That statement, it somehow hurts them, even if they didn't intend it to.
Right.
And then we have to roll that back. That's always the hardest thing to do.
So get an attorney first before you say anything.
Correct.
Got it.
Attorney out of the gate.
Out of the gate. Well, really great advice. Is there anything else you want to share about, criminal law, your experience, or anything else?
Yeah, sure. I think one of the other things to understand is, a lot of people don't understand what a criminal defense lawyer does.
Yeah.
They think, you're there to just help guilty people go free, and it's far from it. It's funny because I like to tell people, oftentimes the two things I did as a prosecutor are the two things I do as a defense lawyer. And that's make sure the person did the thing they're accused of doing.
Right.
And if they did, make sure they get a fair punishment. And that's really, as a defense lawyer, what I'm doing as well. I can't tell you my greatest successes. My greatest successes involve people who never got charged, and their names will never be known, and that's good for them.
Right.
Because a lot of times people come to me and say, hey, I got wrapped up in something, or I got accused of something I didn't do. And my job on the front end, if they bring me in early, is to talk to the investigators and explain to them why this person is innocent and give them the information they need to support that. And if someone does come in, they're guilty, and yes, that happens.
Yeah.
You know, the two things you're doing is, one, you're making sure the police did the right thing. Again, something I did as a prosecutor. We all want to make sure that our police are following the rules in the Constitution.
Absolutely.
Police officers want that.
Yeah.
As someone who worked in law enforcement for 5 years, I want that. So part of it is to make sure the police did the right thing. And if the person is guilty, to make sure the punishment's fair, make sure the punishment fits the crime. Those are really the main jobs of a criminal defense lawyer.
Yeah, well, and thank you for telling me that, because frankly, I didn't even really know. Well, and thank you for being here and chatting with us about this. If someone finds themselves in a situation like this and they need to call an attorney, what is the best way to get in contact with you?
Yeah, so we have a website, lawconnell.com. Our number is on there, or bluntly, I give out my cell all the time. It's 803-427-4929. And if someone finds themselves in a pinch, that's really the best way to get a hold of me.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.